he goes. He's up. Go throw his pane of glass. Hits the train. Hits it hard, but he breaks.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Top 5 Central. If you hold a world record, chances are you're really good at something. If you don't, but you're trying to get a world record, you got a lot to prove, and sometimes it doesn't always work out. So today we're looking at 5 world record attempts gone horribly wrong. Now, leave a like on the video and comment one world record that you think you might actually have a shot at. Maybe you're like a good skateboarder, or maybe you could eat like 1,000 hot dogs in 2 minutes. Either way, one lucky comment gets pinned. Anyways, let's get right into it. Number 5. Ruining a world record attempt is already pretty bad, but ruining a world record made for royalty has got to be even worse. I mean, yeah, this world record was about the biggest handmade jigsaw in the world, but it was actually made for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. Like, the whole thing had 40,000 pieces, and every single one was hand cut, which took 35 days of constant work to get right. I think it's fair to say that it was a pretty big deal, and even if you don't like the royal family, you've got to admit, it looks pretty sweet. Anyway, the thing was completed and everyone applauded, but during the measuring, it was left to lean against a wall. Now, I don't know if one of the journalists accidentally brushed it or it was just at a bad angle, but the thing crumbled under its own weight, and the whole thing literally came crashing down in front of everyone. It's pretty funny because you could hear people screaming and yelling as it happens, then afterwards, there's just some very British awkward silence. Then again, I guess all monarchies fall in the end, so maybe the jigsaw had it coming.
Rest in pieces.
Absolute disaster.
Number 4. Okay, here's my question. If you're gonna try for a world record, why would you go for one like this? I mean, this dude is trying to break the record for the numbers of watermelons smashed by headbutting them, and I think we could all agree that's pretty insane. I mean, there's basically no way to train. All you've got to do is resist the pain enough to keep going, and that's actually pretty dangerous if you think about it. Anyway, this dude seemed pretty excited to give it a try, but as you could probably tell from the title of this video, it didn't go well. Right from the start, it looked like he was struggling, but to be fair, after a while, he got into a rhythm. In fact, for a bit, it looked like he actually might break the record, but then he started slowing down again. After a while, he started making super painful noises, and even the audience looked like they wanted him to stop. It got so bad that the host had to stop him and try and make him feel better, because his head was so swollen that he could have done serious damage. Better luck next year, I guess.
Ik wed dat ik het
Nee,
kan.
het is genoeg.
Oh, ja, ik zie de cameraman meeschudden, dus...
Ja, dit is de eerste. Oké, daar gaat hij. 2 minuten en ze gaan nu lopen. Oh. Stop. Ik stop het. En dat doe ik, dames en heren, om 2 dingen. Je gaat het niet meer halen. En ik zie dat je nu misschien met het hoofd iets te ver bent gegaan. Je wilde dit heel erg graag doen. Dit hoef je niet van ons te doen. Het is jammer, het is niet gelukt. En ik zie aan je ogen dat je er helemaal doorheen bent.
Ja, ik ben er doorheen.
En je wilde eigenlijk doorgaan.
Number 3. So this is another super dangerous world record, but to be fair, I actually get why you might try and break it, because it's gotta look pretty cool if you get it right. Like, this dude already held 2 world records, so he's actually pretty talented, but this one is definitely the most extreme. So what did he have to do? Well, the quick version is he had to run through 10 panes of glass. Sounds painful, I know, but other people have set the record in the past, so it's not like he was the only person crazy enough to try it. The camera crew showed up, and the record people started the timer, and then he ran at the first pane as fast as he could. The glass did smash, but here's the twist. He didn't even make it past the first frame. That's right, the force of the first one threw him onto his back, and even though he smashed it, he was way too hurt to get up and do it again. Like, he couldn't even get it together enough to try the second one, so 10 was pretty much out of the question. Hey, at least he has something to work towards though, right?
Is about to do what no one has ever done before.
Attempting the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to jump through 10 panes of tempered glass. Jesus Half Animal Vila already holds 3 Guinness World Records, but this one is by far the most extreme.
Trying to break his way into Guinness World Record history.
And there he goes.
And he's off. For the first pane of glass. Hits the train. Hits it hard, but he breaks.
And he's not getting up. Is he okay?
Number 2. The last few records have been pretty scary, I know, but here's one that's way more dangerous than you might expect. Basically, back in 1986, Cleveland, Ohio decided to set their own record by releasing 1.5 million balloons into the sky at once. Sounds pretty awesome, right? Well, actually no, because it turns out there's a reason that had never been done before. Right after the balloons were released, they floated back over the city, and even though they looked pretty good, they caused absolute chaos. Like they hit a wall of cold air and immediately started floating towards the ground, which caused some problems no one thought about. Traffic accidents were a nightmare, and a bunch of planes couldn't take off, but it actually gets way sadder than that. I mean, a few racehorses were so spooked that they got permanently injured, and Coast Guards couldn't find 2 lost fishermen because of everything clogging the air. In fact, the fishermen later washed up on the shore along with the balloons, which made their families really furious. I probably don't need to tell you that there was never another balloon fest, but just in case you're thinking about starting one in your area, the dudes responsible were sued for hundreds of thousands of dollars, so I think I'll take a pass. Number 1. Here's a lesson for everyone watching. If you plan an awesome stunt, but on the day something doesn't feel right, that's probably a sign you shouldn't do the trick. Like this dude was trying to break the record for the fastest land speed ever reached on a bike, and that's a stunt so dangerous that you can't afford any extra risks. I mean, yeah, his test run went fine, but the wind conditions weren't great, and for some reason, he decides to carry on anyway. He's on a custom-made, super light bike with basically no balance, and he's literally just rolling down a steep hill, so you could probably guess how badly it goes wrong. The dude clocked in 85 miles per hour on his test run, but during the real thing, he hit 107, easily breaking the record. However, just as he reaches the bottom of the hill, the wheels come off his custom bike, and he's thrown into the dirt at over 100 miles per hour. It looks pretty gruesome, because he just keeps rolling over and over, but thankfully, he made it out of the trick okay. Well, I say okay, but he actually made it out alive, with 5 broken ribs and a dislocated shoulder to deal with. Ouch.
Eric does not want to turn back now. He hops on the bike, balances himself, and with a push, he begins to accelerate. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 miles an hour in just 18 seconds. Eric continues to accelerate and heads toward the radar gun. It clocks him at an unbelievable 107 miles per hour, shattering not only the previous 81 miles per hour record, but also his test run of 83. Maintaining his speed at 107 miles per hour, Eric closes in on the bottom of the slope. Suddenly, something goes wrong. Watch this Ripley's replay closely, and you'll see what happens. As Eric zooms to the bottom of the mountain, his new dream bike spontaneously disintegrates from 1 second to the next. Eric didn't even know what hit him.
And there's our video on the top 5 world records gone horribly wrong. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to see whenever I upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to use your extremely handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.